Hi, this is Dr. Noel Lloyd for 5-Star Management. We did our live training on capacity, and I've been working with a lot of clients on capacity issues. And one of my clients who's been with me for years and years and years, a wonderful guy, said, "Hey, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you actually helped me go from 80, 90 patient visits a week to 80, 90 patient visits in a day by going through two simple things, a concept and a tool, and I'm going to teach you that liberating concept and tool today." So I love our live trainings. One of the things that we do at live trainings, we'll teach on specific topics. We have the foundation live training. We have the new patients live training. We just came out of capacity, and capacity is so important because practices typically grow to a particular level, and then because of capacity issues, they'll stagnate or they'll stall, or it seems like there's a glass ceiling there. And when you break through that capacity barrier, it's really energizing and exciting and gives you a lot more zest for life and the practice and your practice growth. Well, one of my clients walked up to me and he said, "Noel, I don't know if you remember this or not, but when we worked on this years ago, I was able to go from 80, 90 patient visits in a week to over 80, 90 patient visits in a day." Now there's a concept that I'm going to share, and then there's a tool that I want to share with you, which will help you increase your capacity, reduce your stress, increase your fun, and see your practice grow. And I'll share that with you next. So here's the concept. I call it the rule of 75. And here's what I mean by that. You cannot do for a prolonged period of time or a sustained period something that requires more than 75% of your capacity, mental, emotional, or physical capacity. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you and I are jogging. Right outside my office, there's a running trail called the Burke-Gilman Trail, and we see people jogging by all the time. You're jogging and your heart rate or your capacity is at 65%. Now me, I'm not in as good a shape as you, and I'm at 95%. Instead of being like you, enjoying the run, talking, laughing, looking at the scenery, looking forward to the next 2 or 3 miles, I'm looking for a bench or maybe an aid car. So there are the same principles or concept when you apply it to a practice. If you're running at 95% capacity, one of the things that can happen is instead of having referral conversations or reminding that patient who's been a little wobbly in their care plan to make sure that they come in for all of their visits next week, you're actually self-sabotaging because you're looking for some rest. Why? Because you're above 75% capacity. Now that doesn't mean that you might not have times when you're working at 75, 85, 95, 100% capacity, short spurts, but you can't sustain things at over 75%. The goal is to be able to see lots and lots of people and to be able to do that at 65, 75% capacity. So you're having fun, like the guy who's jogging with me out here on the Burke-Gilman Trail. So how do you do that? I'm going to give you this tool to take back to your practice and to analyze the things that you do so that you can decrease the stress, increase your capacity, and run at 75% of your mental, physical, and emotional capacity and see tons of patients. So here's the tool that you can use to make sure that you're running at less than 75% capacity, and I call it delete or delegate. Let's talk about delete first. There are a lot of people that do things that they absolutely don't have to do, they don't need to do, but they build it into their procedure at some point in time, and when you shine the light on it, it just doesn't need to be done. Let me ask you this. How long does it take you to adjust a spouse or one of your kids? 2, 3 minutes max? If you're taking longer than 2 or 3 minutes max to adjust a patient, what are you doing with the patient that you don't do with your spouse? And so you should make a list of some of the things that you're doing and see if you can delete those things. The other thing is delegate. I was talking to a doctor who not only adjusted the patient, but he was actually doing therapy, and it was hands-on manual therapy. And I said, you need to be able to get a therapist so you can delegate that. One of the things that happened immediately from running a list of either delete or delegate is one of my clients made a huge, giant breakthrough. And you know what happened? With that breakthrough of the things that he didn't need to do or the things that he could delegate, what also happened is his enthusiasm for the practice came up. He saw light at the end of the tunnel. Instead of being stuck at a particular level, he applied the rule of 75 and said, Noel, I'm working at 95% capacity, and I can't see myself going on too much longer like that. And then we ran a delete or delegate list. And all we did is we made some minor changes, and pretty soon, boom, huge, giant breakthrough. So, all of that conversation about the rule of 75 and then also delete or delegate came up at a live training. And we workshopped that together. We have another live training coming up specifically on retention. And I want to ask you this. Have you ever run a full audit on your retention? The number of patients that start care, that even complete a regular small care plan? Well, we do those audits all the time. And what we'll do is we'll workshop different spots in a care plan or a journey between new patient and wellness patient and find out where the dangerous spots are. And then we'll go through different projects at our live training and help doctors solve the dangerous fallout points in their practice. Now, there's a live training button that's right up there. Right up there? Yeah, it's right up there. What I want you to do is to click on the live training button. I've got a video there where I explain what we're going to do with this live training. And there's some testimonies of doctors that have worked with us and some case histories that I think you'll find interesting as well. So let's go to the next live training. Let's go work on our retention next. Let's apply the rule of 75. Let's delete or delegate. Let's build a larger practice. Let's help more people. Let's have more fun. Let's be more successful. This is Dr. Lloyd for 5-Star Management, and I know that helps.